A few months ago, I made a video titled Dear Sheffield Steelers, and in this video I went over what was wrong about this season's team and what we need to do to improve. That was in January, when we were still in the league title, we were still in contention for the Challenge Cup, and we were still in contention for the playoffs. Fast forward 3 months, and it seems that all 3 of those are not even going to be in Sheffield this season. Hey guys, wow, and welcome back to another House of Steel video. I shouldn't be making this video. As I've said many times in my 25-26 recap videos, if you said to our fan base in the off-season last year that this Steelers team would be nowhere near what the on-paper expectations were, and we would be sat in 4th and on track for Aaron Fox's worst season as Steelers coach, we would have laughed in your face. It's evidential. You know, I keep referring back to when I read the programme and Tony Smith and Dave Sims, they said, try to look for something positive. Get the positives out of every single game. There are no positives. You see Belfast. What's their first line? Conway, Pickenich and Goodwin. Nottingham's first line. They have nearly the same first line. Our first line changes every freaking game. Why does it constantly keep changing? Have you still not found a combination? Or are you going to say you're finding combinations for the playoffs? Because I would reply, that's funny that, because you've changed the lineup every game of the season. Are we not able to find a pack of players that work? Ritchie, Hurd and Harper, Dowd and Jasper, Tremblay, Bajorkley, Nordstrom and Watson. I'm not coach, but I've just named a few combinations that have been proven to work. Dowd and Jasper was one of the best at the start of the season. It frustrates me that the lineup keeps changing every game. Because you have a lineup and there are players who are starting to go, oh, I like being with you. I'm finding a combination with you. For example, Dowd and Jasper. And then the next game, they're on a completely separate line. And you have a jumbled up lineup and all the players have got to find each other again. It frustrates me because whilst Belfast are winning trophies every year and writing their names down in Elite League history and raising all these banners to the rafters and having fun every year and being in a title race every year, we have done the same thing for 2 years in a row. Start off really well, fall off at Christmas, and then the rest of the season is just a boring season. But this season, I've seen fans say it's been the worst season since Barrasso, and I would not disagree. Last night, there's a reason why I turned off the game in Cardiff, because I was fed up of watching that crap. We were good in the first 6 minutes of the game, and then they score a goal and heads drop. Then we come out for the second period, and we took tide of the game, and then they scored a goal, and then it was just their game from there. The amount of giveaways I saw us do last night was utterly acceptable. The amount of breakaways that they had, the amount of times that Greener was left fending for himself in goal because the defenders were that, the amount of times our players did a little stick poke to make it look like they were doing something. This Steelers team stinks. It stinks. Not... It's so evident to see that some players don't care. And you say they do care. There's some that don't. And it's obvious that they don't. If they cared, we would have got a goal last night. If they cared, we would have beaten Dundee on Saturday evening. If they cared, we would have been second place by now. I love Aaron Fox as a coach. He brought the league title back to Sheffield. He put the Steelers back into Sheffield. But I just think it's time for something else. And to all the fans who just go, oh, stop being a happy clapper, you just want Fox out because you just want Fox out. I don't. It's taken him 3 months to have an interview where he's actually admitted what's going wrong. And he said, these players aren't doing this. Where was that interview 3 months ago? When it was already bad and you had the chance to say what was going on and you had the chance to say, this player's not doing this and this player's not doing that. That interview wasn't 3 months ago. That was we played well in the first period. Why is it when there's 2 games left in the season that you have to mention that we're not playing great? Why does it take you that long to bring it up? I like Hurd as a player, but last night I was utterly frustrated with him. Yeah, he's the only player that, apologies for my language in advance, that gives a shit. Brett Ritchie is meant to be a power forward or an enforcer. Where's his physicality? You wonder why Balmus is our top point scorer. I can't fault all the Steelers fans who are saying, I can't wait for the off-season, because I'm one of them. I'm one of them who can't wait to sit there and watch this team rebuild. And you wonder why fans don't have any confidence coming into a new season. All of off-season, I said, I'm not going to say about the Steelers season because I know how it goes. 23-24 was a breath of fresh air as a Steelers fan. I actually felt like the Steelers were going to dominate for years and years and years from that season onwards. And the fan base felt the same. It was a season where going out of that season, the fan base felt optimistic. And 24-25 was a great season. You know, CHL round of 16. We were writing a sequel. We very nearly won the league again. And if Nottingham had beaten Belfast that one night and we had got a bit more clinical in Coventry, we would have gone back to back. And the playoff semi-final was so unfortunate after the way the quarterfinals went. And then this season, we're just not there. There is no steel in Sheffield Steelers right now. It's just the Lurs. It's the Sheffield Lurs. Because the steel isn't there. I get that a lot of you are like, Aaron Fox is on another contract. He's on another year. They'll keep him next season. But if they cared, they would look at how we feel about all this. I'm not being mean here, but at a hockey game at the Steelers, we're trying our best to get an atmosphere. Sweet Caroline. I love Norma. I love waving the flag. But we need a fresh Steelers. Because simply put it straight, I'm counting down the days. I'm like, it's the 2nd of April today. We finished the league season over the weekend. A lot of people are expecting us to go out in the playoff quarterfinals. I'm not sure what to think of that. But I shouldn't be having to make Dear Sheffield Steelers Part 2. Here I am. And if Dave Sims comes across this video, if Tony Smith watches this video, we're the fans, you're the people that run the club, you're the organisation. You listen to the fans, you get it right. You make the changes, we're all happy again. I don't know what to say. Belfast are out there winning trophies every year. They're winning the league title every year, and we're rotting here in our corpse. Do you know how good 23-24 felt to finally pin Belfast to the post and actually win the league title? Don't get me wrong, this season I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed some of the memories I've made in this season will last me a lifetime. But it's not a season I'll look back on.